need you to stop right now and listen to this.
Someone is at the front door.
Temu is owned by a Chinese company. It's only been around since July 2.
For the past couple of months, when watching YouTube on my phone, I have seen these adverts from Temu.
Shopping like a billionaire. I get
No! No! And I saw it once, twice, 3 times,
shopping like a billionaire.
loads of times, and I thought, I've got to...
Download the Temu app and shop like a billionaire.
And then I placed a massive order. After placing an order, I realized all the big YouTubers have actually got videos about Temu out there. Suddenly, a few days after, they upload their videos. And I got suspicious. They're bigger, better. I don't trust them. I'm gonna do it myself. So now, it's time to expose Temu once and for all. And to expose the sponsor of this video. Amazon Music Unlimited. I'll give you the best news from the get-go. If you sign up for the Amazon Music free trial through the links in the description below, you don't just get 1 month free trial. Not 2, not 3, but 4-month free trial of Amazon Music. This is limited time only, so act fast through the links in the description below. So Amazon Music has over 100 million songs and podcasts, so whatever you're looking for, they've got it. Listen anywhere, offline and online, ad-free. Now you can also use your Alexa devices to voice command ask Alexa to play any song or podcast you want. We find it especially convenient when cooking in the kitchen. So sign up for the free trial right now through the links below and get 4 months for free. Limited time only, so act fast. First item, this here is a chip repairing kit and it costs less than $3. And the packaging is yellow and looks like old already. Okay, these feel extremely flimsy and very cheap. Can you see there is already rust on it? Are they worth $3? Almost. Next we have this very battered box. Oh, I remember. This is an RGB CPU cooler. This cooler is extremely light. This feels like just aluminium and there is no copper in here whatsoever, but there is an RGB strip all the way around. There's even thermal paste that seems to have been dried up a bit because there's air inside the pouch as well. But let's test it out. Price of this cooler, less than $7. Just tested the CPU cooler and I can say it's not a very good cooler. First of all, it supports only maybe up to 70 watts of CPU power. Anything above that, it instantly thermal throttles. Even 70 watt is really pushing it to the limits. And I'd probably leave it maybe 50 to 60 watts at absolute maximum. Also, the RAM clearance isn't very good, just because the round design goes over the RAM slots and I had to test it only with 1 stick applied, which is not ideal either. The fan on the top is absolutely useless because it just runs pretty much the same speed all the time, doesn't go any faster, any lower, and doesn't do a particularly good job. The RGB is also questionable, so yeah, you're getting a very bad cooler if you're getting that. Professional recording sound card. This was one of the most expensive products that I bought. This goes for $55. So it's a metal chassis, but the front is bulging out. I'm not sure if you can see in the middle. Here's the ports on the back of this sound card, and here's the ports in the front of this sound card. Now, this is half the price of a Focusrite Scala 2i1 3rd gen USB sound card. Is this worth it? Kind of not. Next off, 14-in-1 portable multi-tool. A pouch. Doesn't look that bad. It even has a spring-loaded handle. That's better than my Leatherman. $7.20. Whoa. It's very sharp. I'm going to use this for the rest of this video. So this multi-tool fake Leatherman type of thing, this is one of those things that I actually recommend. I think the tools inside are quite alright. Yeah, it doesn't perhaps, work the best, but actually it does work. The knife is very, very sharp. The tools are alright, can openers, all of this. It actually locks in place in the back, and the springs on this really, really does make these pliers much better to use. The only downside I would say is that the saw is not very sharp. Now this is interesting. This is an LGA 1700 BCF, whatever the heck that means, motherboard orthotic device. This thing looks awfully similar to the Thermalright contact frame, which I have over here. So this is the original Thermalright, and this is some kind of something else. So on Amazon, this Thermalright goes for $10 to $20. On Temu, $4.98. And looking at these two side by side, the left side is original, right side is fake. They look exactly the same to me. Well, this little washer here on that side seemed to have longer holes compared to this one here. On this side, it is actually slightly different as well. As you can see, this bit here is slightly more angled, and the Thermalright has these little notches on this side, whereas this one doesn't. I wouldn't trust this one just because on a CPU contact frame, all the tiny little 0.5 millimeters or even 1/10 of a millimeters will actually matter, which I don't think this is going to do a good job, so I wouldn't recommend it either. This is a 7-color flame air aroma mini flame humidifier. I'll go get some water. It actually works. Handling the product looks and feels very cheap. The effect of the product is pretty good. It costs $15.29. It's probably the best product so far. So this 7-color aroma diffuser is quite a nice feature, quite a nice idea, but there's one big downside that actually doesn't make this product work, which is the noise. It makes incredibly loud noise when it's just on. So when you have it in the living room, I guess you're around, you're like, what's this bzzz noise? This knife is very, very sharp, you can feel it. I was expecting orange packaging. Where is my orange packaging? So this is a big load of fake stuff. First of all, GMC WT5 gaming mousepad. Just so you know, this is the ROG gaming logo. Believe me, this is not Asus ROG gaming mousepad. The back of the pad is actually quite nice and rubbery, and it is not peeling up. There's a little micro USB port in here. We'll plug it in there and then onto the laptop. And we have an RGB edge. That is pretty cool indeed. Now the cost for this is $20.48. I'd probably be happy paying that for an original product, but for a fake, I'm not sure. This is wireless headphone. And if we look really closely in the corner here, it says WH-1000XM5, which is the name for Sony's wireless headphones that cost, these ones here, $10.49. Doesn't feel good. Oh, this plastic. This feels like a kid's toy. I mean, it's not the worst material, but it is pretty bad. There's a few buttons, USB-C cable, which is interesting, and 3.5mm jack. One little cable, some wise words. Must be full of battery first before use. Thank you. So these fake Sony WH-1000XM5s, actually when you look at the Bluetooth settings, it does actually show up that WH-1000MX5, which is interesting. They've just named them that. Now the sound quality for these is probably average, about 5 to 6 out of 10. But one of the worst things about these headphones is the actual shape of them. So they don't actually move sideways just like that on here. So basically on your head, when you put them on, they kind of are like that. Now in terms of comfortability, they're not amazing, not the worst either. Kind of okay headphones, but still incredibly fake. Oh, what's this? Original Lenovo. They actually have the brand here. Think Plus LivePort LP40. So these on Amazon go for $15 to $20. On Temu, $9.99. This feels great. We have these Apple AirPods looking AirPods. The quality feels heavy. Plastics don't feel as cheap. There's a button in the back with a little green LED underneath. USB-C in the bottom. I've got high hopes for these. The Lenovo ThinkPad headphones, the sound quality maybe 2, 3 out of 10. The fit for the headphones is quite alright, but they don't isolate you from the outside. And the actual buttons that are supposed to work on the headphones, they didn't work for me. Moving on, we've got some shoes. Yeah, the first time I saw the ad, these were going for less than $2. I paid $9.37. They look pretty cool. How do they feel? Not bad. It says designed 2020. I guess the result of COVID. We should rewarded the COVID Design Awards. What a joke. This is 298.7 centimeter desktop background ambient light. So this is supposed to 3 meters. Believe me, this is not 3 meters. But the effect is not bad. For $7.99 for this, it's not bad. These are football boots. And the price for these, $8.89. They look all right. Here's your studs. I guess I'll have to try them out. Ooh, they actually feel rather nice. Even got a half a sock here. So we go play football weekly, and I usually use these Puma like more than 10 times the price of these. And interestingly, I found these in a weird way slightly more comfortable. Now, after about half an hour, the left foot actually wasn't supported well and was dying a little bit, but the right foot felt a little bit more comfortable, so I got the best of both worlds. So I used the cheap Temu on my right foot and the Puma on my left foot, and that was kind of the best kind of combination. So this is something I can actually recommend and say that this is a lot of football boot for your money. This is an iGame PC game builder fake Lego. That was literally the most expensive thing in the order. $58.48. Wow. My son is gonna love this. And here's the actual instructions to do it all. Some stickers. So this fake Lego PC is actually really, really good. This is by far the best product on the video. We had great fun building this with my son for a good few days. It's actually really, really good. And it's so good that it's very hard to tell apart if it's real Lego or fake Lego. This is the best fake Lego I have ever seen. The mobile sand painting. This looks very interesting, and I wanted to see the effect of it. How does this actually work? So, this is glass with a rubber ring around it, and there's some bubbles around here, and then there's sand inside as well. So I guess what you want to do is just put it over there like that, and it's gonna do its thing. This circular sea art thing is actually very interesting. The effect is quite nice, but it doesn't fully work because sometimes these bubbles completely block what is up there and nothing is going to come down, and you have to shake it a little bit to actually get it going or put it on an angle so that the bubbles would move out of the way, so then it would start moving again. So these are obviously a fake version of the Apple AirPod Maxes, which actually I have the originals right here, so it's interesting comparing these two to each other. They're called P9, you can get it different colors. They haven't ticked any of the colors, but I believe mine is the blue ones. These, oh my goodness. Feel how light they are. Oh my word. But here's the originals compared to the fake ones. First of all, this top bit is completely plastic. This is nice and soft. The weight, these weigh like, I don't know, 5 times less, but it's got more features. As you can see, there's got more buttons on compared to this Apple ones. And we've got a micro SD card slot. These cost $5.18. So these fake Apple AirPods Max are just like kids' toys. Incredibly uncomfortable to wear, and sound quality is below average, just very, very bad. When you compare them to the originals, there's no doubt that these are fake. I would give them a 1 out of 10 headphones. Next we have LED light bright flashlight. It rhymes. Okay, we are greeted with some more cheap plastic, but, whoa. It's kind of alright. The plastic feels extremely cheap on this. But it's got integrated a battery, so you can just charge it via USB-C through here. And it's got 3 modes. Oh, so you can actually, as you can see, zoom it in as well if you wanted to. 3 light modes: bright light, medium light, and then flashing light. This torch, $2.48. Not bad price, but very cheap as well. So testing this torch in an office that's not particularly dark even, I wouldn't say this torch is very bright or bright. It's average or below average at best. Moving on to these 2 things. And what is this? This is a 12-core 24-thread CPU, and it cost me $14. And here is another one. The packaging is not very good. They should have some anti-static, you know, wrapping around, but it's just like in a bubble wrap. This one is not even cleaned. This one has clean contacts on the bottom, and I have high hopes and believe that this works. But as you can see, this one on here, you can see on the end we have a splotch of thermal paste in there, and on that contact plate, and some over here. So this is definitely not going to be a very, you know, good one. One of these is 8 cores, one of these is 12 cores. I'd love to build some kind of a system with these. I'll have to get some old parts and then figure out what can we do with this. The interesting thing is the 8-core CPU cost me only $4.48. That feels like a good deal for me. Very light. What is this? What on earth is this? Do you remember this steaming thing? Well, it seems like this is another one of those. Price for this, $1.77. So I've got this cool mist humidifier plugged in. The power bank is on. And when we press the power button, it doesn't work. It just literally outright is not working. It's absolute scam from the get-go. There's some kind of light that comes on, but there is no mist that comes out. This is a multi-cable USB charging adapter kit and cost $3.49. How does this work? What is this? What is this little holder in the back? Is it supposed to be like, oh, you know, like women's makeup thing? Oh, let's get my USB-C cable out. So we've got USB-C to USB-C and then different adapters. USB-C to type A, to micro USB, to lightning, and then you have a little SIM tool there. You can put different SIM cards there as well. Nano SIM, 2 nano SIMs, and micro SIM like holder there as well. Kind of useful, kind of not. This is called Music Levels Lite. Sound sensing music levels light. Price for that, $5.48. Okay, USB type C, which I'm liking already. Smells like very strong plastic. I assume this will go in there just like that, and it will stick to your desk. Hey, okay, so, hey, what's happened now? Hey, okay, as you can see, now there's a little microphone in there that just kind of reflects what is going on. All right then. Kind of questionable. Why would you need that? Let's see what other options are there. Hey, check. Okay, different color modes going on there. Can't remember what this is. Sunglasses. Whoa. That really has actually some UV because it makes that screen very, very weird. They look cheap, feel cheap. Price for these, $1.58. These sunglasses actually seeing through outside is very, very clear and nice. The big problem that I have with these is that there is actually a distortion of vision, which actually can make a lot of people sick. So unfortunately, even these sunglasses I can't recommend. Anstey, so this always believe that something wonderful will happen. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. So this is supposed to be 65 watt charger. I've got the UK end here and looks like maybe you can get different ports there as well. But you've got USB type A ports, 2 of them, and USB type C ports and the quick charge USB type A port there as well. Interestingly, there's some muck here already. I'm not sure what this is. A little bit of a questionable brown there. And then you've got power delivery 25 watts on the USB-C as well. It has a few different outputs. Interesting. The price for this is only $269, which feels quite nice actually for the price. It's questionably light, which makes me think, does it actually work? This charger is probably the biggest lie out of this order. This 65 watts is an absolute lie. Any one of these ports can give you up to 20 watts, and when you fill all of them, they don't go past 20 watts. You can put as many devices or plug in as many cables here, it doesn't go past 20 watts. There is a PD 25 watt actual sign here as well. Another lie. This is not a 65 watt charger. A big lie. Do not recommend. Moving on, computer speakers. Focus on small speakers, deliver good sound. I'm confident. This knife though is very, very sharp. Box within a box. The price for this? $16.98, $17. We'll have to see how these sound, but looks like there is some kind of light in the front. Materials, as always, pretty cheap. Power button, LED button, and then I guess volume rocker here. So this computer speaker, probably about average. It does go quite loud. The LED is not color changeable. It only goes blue. But looking at the price of this one, you're probably gonna get a better deal somewhere else. Next, we have this AX05 adapter, 24-pin ATX power adapter. So if you're building PCs, this is quite interesting thing. So you've got this part here that first of all gives you an angled kind of a connector for your motherboard. So you'll get a 90 degrees angle, and you get some RGB here as well that you can connect through this. The interesting thing is it's already got power through the motherboard, you know, power connector, but the RGB is controlled through this cable, boom, here. And then on the other side, you have the 5-volt RGB connector and actually a daisy chain connector as well. So you're not going to lose a port on the motherboard if you want to do that. That's pretty cool. Price for this, $9.98. So far, probably one of the coolest things. 2 hoodies. Says Paris here. I didn't expect it to be that yellow. Looks very beige on the camera, but materials do feel a bit cheap. This is an M, but the weird thing is, oh, look, there's an actual spot here on my arm already. Uh-oh. That's not clean. Design is pretty cool, but I think this is gonna peel off after the first wash. I can see already if I'm peeling this, if I'm stretching this, it's already gonna peel off. And weirdly, the arms feel very, very short. So the shoulder joint, it comes like to a nice place, but for some reason, the arms aren't long enough. Legendary vocal condenser microphone, professional condenser microphone. To be honest, that professional doesn't add to the product. It probably takes away just because what the packaging looks like. For crystal clear sound. This here costs $37.98, pounds, something like that. And what you get with it is quite a lot of stuff. Here's the microphone. Oh, this feels so light. Here you can see the mic. But it does have an XLR input. You get the wind filter. USB-C to 3.5mm jack. Little muff for the mic. This mic is so light. You get tiny little headphones, monitoring headphones. This is the sound card. You get some adjustments here, different, like a little soundboard for your podcasting, you know, different sound effects you can see on here. Here's the inputs and outputs. And interestingly, this mic comes with an XLR to stereo 3.5mm jack, which you should probably put in to there. USB-C to Type A cable. That's the TRS cable, so 3.5mm jack with 3 connectors. Microphone shock mount. And you actually get a mic arm as well. Look at that. And the mount for your table. Not bad. Well, for $37.98, you get a lot of things. So this is supposed to be the professional condenser microphone, and as you can see, the professional shouldn't be there because there's nothing professional about it. And the last thing, this original Puma hoodie. Whew. That stinks. This is good. This is good. Phew, stinks. Oh man, it stinks. What can I say? Definitely original here. Pumba. I think, phew. Can you smell it? Smell this. This is quite hilarious. And this is so fake, it's actually funny. And this is good. This costs $8.09. I think this is money well spent because this is brilliant. What about the returns? Temu has a 90-day return policy, which is actually pretty insane considering you can wait 3 months to actually return the product. And then once you request a return, you have 14 days until you actually have to ship the products to them. So it can potentially be even longer. So I wanted to test that and I returned most of the products that you have seen in this video. In order to return them, you have to take a picture and write a description of why would you like to return them. But what I did was I took a picture of the whole pile of products and then I just pasted the same picture on all of the products that I had to return because there was like 20 something products that were returned and you don't want to take 20 separate pictures. On the next day, 21st of September, I dropped off all the products in one box into the parcel shop. In terms of refunds, Temu states that it can take up to 5 to 14 business days or up to 30 days for you to actually get the refund back to your account, which is a very cheeky way of keeping the customer's money on your bank account and keep the cash flow on a positive side for your business. So I didn't have good expectations, but I was proven wrong because on the 25th of September, the items arrived at the warehouse, which they said, once we have checked the items, you will get the refund. I thought, okay, this is probably going to take another few days. But on the same day, on the 25th of September, I got refunded the full amount of all of the products that I got returned. And to be honest, some of the products didn't have the full packaging. I just wanted to see what would happen because that's what people would do. Not everyone keeps the whole box or the packaging of all of the products that you did. So some of them had packaging, some of them didn't, but I got refunded for the full amount. So returns on Temu is actually a very, very good way. And I was kept up to track on all of the itinerary, which is very, very good. So I don't have any complaints about returns. Also, another good note is that if your items arrive late, according to their shipping date when they should be arriving, you actually get refunded a credit to your balance. And because one of the things or one of the parcels was late or out of stock, they actually refunded me the amount that I was going to spend on that money and gave me extra $5 something dollars credit on the Temu shop, which is pretty good as well. So in conclusion, do I recommend you shopping at Temu? Well, I think most of the products are a waste of time and very, very low quality. You might find some good deals and some funny products with super fake stuff, but I can confidently say that none of the products that I purchased were actual quality products. They were all really, really fake. Apart from that fake Lego, that was pretty good. But if you want quality products, why don't you check out TN merch on technotice.com and support me making videos as such. All in all, even though I had good shopping experience, the actual product or what I got from the shop is very, very much below average. So I don't really recommend it. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.